fun, right? A decade of everything. And we're talking about doing like having a little get together, like maybe like the 8th of September, around that like that's actually the first I think is a Sunday, and then the next weekend maybe that Sunday we're talking about having something maybe after church just to celebrate like 10 years of the church. It's also a time you can maybe friends, family, whoever you want, talk to them about coming. People that's a lot of people. There's a lot of people over 10 years that God's changed their life through this thing. Whether they're still with us, they're other places. They're making choices right now or whatever else. But it's a time to really reflect on a whole lot of stuff that's gone on in 10 years, and it's really easy to say, well, look, this roller coaster thing that the church has been on, getting big, small, but that's not what it's about. It's about what's God done through it, and what's happened in over this 10 years that we've been a church, and prayers that's been answered, things that's gone on, people that's been saved. It's time for me just to reflect of what's happened, and ask God to remind me of how good He's been. Ask God to remind me of the things that He's done, because Satan's really good at constantly reminding us of bad things. Those come up really quickly. It's almost like bad news. It just travels fast, and so does those. But the good things, the solid things, I was thinking the other day about this church, and if y'all remember, before we ever laid carpet in here, all the prayers that we wrote down on the floors of this church, and several of those prayers that I wrote down have already been answered. We forget that how solid God is, and how good God is, and just thinking about the things that God's done. And so that's what I would like to do that week, is just have a time of testimonies, have a time of us getting together and talking about God's goodness and faithfulness, even when we're not. So that's what I would like to do. Not a time where we have one person get up and talk for an hour, but have the whole of us just share with something God's done, in our lives over this past time. And if you've only been with us for a couple of months, that's fine. God does things in moments. So just think about it. Just pray about it. Pray about maybe this is a time we can pray about restoration and forgiveness, and just of all the things that's gone on in our lives over 10 years. It's a time to just reflect. And I know that's one thing I've done over and over and over, is just look at blaming God a whole bunch for things that wasn't His fault, and also blaming myself, and being really honest, blaming a lot of other people. But ultimately, all that matters is that God's been faithful, and He's been here, and He's never broken a promise, and He's never not done anything that He said He was going to do. So just remember that, and like I said, we're going to do that. I think it's the 8th. I think that's a Sunday, right?
Let me look.
Yeah.
The first is a Sunday, so the 8th will. The actual date would have been August the 30th.
31st.
Yeah, but we're.
Was it 31st? Joseph just said 30th. It's you and Joe that I always remember.
You still got a flyer on the refrigerator, don't you? She still got one of a flyer that we went and handed out a bunch of flyers. Our youth group did, and went all around neighborhoods and everything, handing out flyers. Thinking she still got one of them on her refrigerator. Our launch date. I didn't remember what the date was. I knew it was the end of August. Anyway, all right. Well, let's pray and we'll get started.
John.
Yes.
I give a quick testimony to something similar.
Yes.
Had it happen this week. Y'all reminded me when y'all were talking about the farming deal, and I was thinking about seed. What one seed can do. Just one. 10 years ago, most of y'all in here know Conley. He and I had a guy walk into our lives, mostly Conley's, but anyway, he was an atheist when he showed up. And Connie and I was talking about how we could help him, because he was real atheist. And he was stepping into a ministry that said God was gonna have to help him. And, I told him, I said, do what I do with all those that go to Catholic Church. I said, go out there and get them on the Life Recovery Bible, and just mark the book of John, tell them to read it. Let God do his thing. This past week, I saw him at a place, and, we were talking. He said he's fixing to leave town. He said, don't know when he'll be back. He's retiring. And, he said, but I wanted to share something else with you he said, I was hoping to bump into you because I wanted to tell you. He said, they're moving to Heber Springs. He said, we were up there, 2 weeks ago. He said, I joined church. And, he said, I'm gonna be baptized this next Sunday.
Oh, man.
And, I told him, I said, well, I don't know anything, but I said, I can promise you this, there's a guy in heaven right now smiling, because what you just said. And, he said, yeah, you remember all that? I said, yep. I said, God's been good at me. He said, yep. He said, I walked in here full-fledged atheist, and wasn't gonna believe in God. And, so, that reminds me a whole lot of Refuge. There's been a lot of seeds. May never know where they broke through.
Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for what you've done. God, forgive us for not recognizing how good you are every day of our lives. The things you're doing. God, the value of the work that we do for you that we don't appreciate because we're expecting worldly praise. And God, you're looking in heaven and you see a view that we can't see. You see things that we can't imagine, and you see your work being done in places, God, that we think it never could. So, Father, I pray that you continue the good work that you've begun in every person in this room today, every person that's ever been part of what we're doing. God, that you continue what you only can do, and that's to do miracles, to change lives, and ultimately to change people's heart. God, that's something we can't thank you enough for. I know I can't, for what you've done for me, for what I've watched you do in others. And God, I pray that you continue to be faithful. I pray that you continue to increase our faith, to continue to increase our trust in your word and what you've promised us. God, I just pray for a larger, a greater measure of your love, and for people to realize how much you do love them, no matter what. God, do with this time that whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you see needs to be done, and each one of us individually and us as a church. God, we give you this time. It's in Jesus' name we pray.
Here I am before you, falling in nothing, no one, nobody, not anybody can take you away from him. There's nothing worth more that would ever come close. Nothing can compare. You're our living hope. It's your presence, Lord. There's nothing worth more that could ever come close. Nothing can compare. You're our living hope. It's your presence, Lord. I've tasted and seen of the sweetest of loves, when my heart becomes free and my shadow Your hidden glory in creation, now revealed in you, our Christ. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a beautiful name it is. This is one of those songs that I just can never seem to get the prettiness of it like I want it down pat, you know. And God just spoke and said, don't worry about how pretty it is. Just sing it to me. So I want y'all to just sing this song to Him. It doesn't have to be pretty. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a beautiful name it is. Nothing compares to this. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus. What a powerful name it is. What a powerful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a powerful name it is. And nothing can stand against. What a powerful name it is. The name